Hey, welcome back! I started selling Pokemon cards almost 2 months ago now, and today I want to do a recap on where I started, where I'm right now, and how I will progress in the future. And to do not know my channel, I'm Toby. I'm selling Pokemon cards in Switzerland, and I'm trying to reach within 1 year $50,000 by selling Pokemon cards. And I wanted to share some of my learnings, which I got in the last 2 months. And maybe it helps you if you want to start something on your own, or if you're just curious how I'm progressing right now, then stay until the end and I will release my numbers there. And to be honest, I do not started 2 months ago. I started in December last year, where I bought my first bulk Pokemon cards. Not really my first bulk Pokemon cards. I bought many in the past years, but this was the first time where I thought about doing something like this. And so then I tried to build up an inventory, and so I started buying massive amounts of bulk inventory, and I got around about 50,000 cards. I think it was more around about 45, but let's say 50,000 cards. And then the problem which I got over the next months, just got the cards sitting here, and I was not able to get them into a digital inventory, which I need obviously to sell the cards online. At least I sorted the cards, and this took a very long time. And so this was just my idea how to start. And besides the bulk Pokemon cards, which I bought for maybe $1,500 roundabout, I think, I got like a second pillar, which is my own cards from my collection. The cards which I wanted to sell are around about 2K. So I got maybe then an inventory of 3.5K in the beginning. And this was then my 2 pillars which I wanted to start with, selling Pokemon cards. The problem was still that I sorted my cards then, my bulk cards, but I was not able to get them into digital inventory. And this was then where my challenge started. And this was 2 months ago. And in the first week then I figured out on how I can list the cards. And yeah, it was a bit crazy. In week 2 we already got a sorting machine, because this was the best idea which I came up with. And to be honest, 2 months or 6 weeks later, I'm very, very happy that I bought a machine, because it saved me a lot of time. And you need to know, this is not one of the machines which cost like $20,000. There are some out there which are very expensive, like the very professional ones. So the machine cost me around about 2.5K. And so I'm not started then at 0, to be honest, but I started at maybe like 5 to 6K. And yeah, this was just my starting point. But I think if you want to do this on your own, you can do this as well, because I think you already got also a collection, and maybe you do not want to keep every card. So you can then just start selling there some cards. And then you have like a comparable situation from my side. And yeah, if you want to know how you can buy good bulk Pokemon cards, I made a video on this topic, a very in-depth video. So just watch it, and then you do not make any mistakes on buying bulk Pokemon cards. Also, you then have the prices to where I buy my bulk Pokemon cards, mostly between 1.5 cents and 3 cents, depending on what's inside the bulk lot. And yeah, this is just how I started. And then the next week, after I bought the machine, I then got everything into my digital inventory, maybe 1.5 weeks. So it also took a bit of time, because it was a massive amount, but I was able to get it into my inventory. And so I got now a CSV file where I have every card with the price, and so it's really nice. Next thing, I needed to figure out where I can sell my card. And then I got like the single cards, which I sell on Ricardo right now. Ricardo is like the equivalent of eBay, but in Switzerland we do not have eBay, so I need to use Ricardo, but you can compare it one-to-one to eBay. So I sell my cards there. And then for my bulk cards, I thought about where I can sell the bulk cards. Obviously, card market in Europe is the way to go. In US, it would be like TCG Player. I think it's also one-to-one comparable, not one-to-one, but card market is a bit outdated, which is not so nice. And TCG Player is much more modern, so I think it's also easier than for you if you're in the US to sell there. And then the next thing, or the next platform, which I do not know until beginning of this year, I think, or maybe at the end of last year, is Card Trader, which is really nice right now for me. You will see the numbers in the end. And so I sell then on Card Market my bulk cards, and also on Card Trader. And I do this over a tool called TCG Power Tools. And what it does is it just takes my CSV file, upload everything to their site, and from there they list it on Card Market and also on Card Trader. So I do not need to do anything else, just get my CSV file, upload it there, and then there we go. And the cool thing is, if you got a sale on Card Trader, it automatically syncs to Card Market and vice versa. And yeah, so it's really cool. Card Trader is also very nice because you need to ship only once a week. You collect all the orders from the week and then you ship everything at once over to them. The thing is they sit in Italy, so you need to ship to Italy. And the problem is this is a bit expensive, but I figured out today that I can use a local hub, which is located also in Switzerland, and so I need to pay only like $3 instead of $20. And I think if you want to do this in the US as well, I definitely assume that there are also local hubs. So if you want to try it out by yourself, selling cards on Card Trader, but I think you need like minimum 1K inventory. I got right now like 10K cards listed there to use the Card Trader Zero program, which is exactly what I explained right now, that you can get like one order a week and then ship everything at once. And you get massive more orders if you use Card Trader Zero. So you need to have like 1K bulk cards at least listed there. And I would recommend to do a bit more. But then you have a contact person and just write to them on WhatsApp. So they are really modern. You can just write them on WhatsApp and then they will tell you that you have like a local hub and then you can send the cards within the US or for me within Switzerland and you save a lot of shipping costs there. So one tip if you want to use it. And you can also check out my link, there you find the Card Trader site. Yeah, just give it a try. I'm really surprised of it and I can already tell you it's better than Card Market. And yeah, so this is what I did over the last few weeks and I would definitely recommend you to use bulk cards and also to use singles because I make most of my profit right now from bulk cards. I think this changes if you have like a larger inventory or more valuable cards or more PSA cards or something like this. This is also another stream which we can use later on. But for the beginning, bulk cards are really, really good. You can easily get them. It's not so expensive. You need to find a way how you can get them quickly into your inventory. But yeah, this is then the problem with bulk cards. But otherwise you do not need so many starting capital, which is really nice. And what I learned now over the last few weeks on selling bulk cards is that you mainly sell the cards which are playable. I didn't know this before, but you really see this also in my data. The orders are mostly trainer cards from the modern sets and also Pokémon, which are very playable. And also they have like a higher value. I think there are maybe like 10 cards for the modern era which have like a value of $1 to $2 and they sell very frequently. So this is one point. And then cards which also sell very good are reverse cards, especially from the 151 set. And they have also a high value, mostly $1 to $3. But where I was really surprised is that for the older sets, also the common and uncommon cards, just the normal cards, sell very good, especially on Card Trader. And so for like Sword and Shield and especially for Sun and Moon, the cards sell very good there. I have like half of my orders for older sets, just normal cards, and maybe some holos as well, but mostly normal cards. And then for the modern era, it's nearly all reverse cards, playable cards and trainer cards. So if you want to start, you can just start with listing those cards and you do not need to list like all the modern cards, like normal commons and uncommon cards. So you are then quicker and you have nearly the same revenue. And then the second pillar is like the more valuable single cards, $1 and above. And there I have right now a very high sell-through rate. Sell-through rate just means that you sell a specific amount of your listed cards within 1 month. For example, I got in the beginning 100 cards listed on Ricardo. And then I sell like 25 cards in 1 month. This means I have a sell-through rate of 25%. And this is very good. Usually I think it's 10 to 20%, and this is also very good. And if you have above 20%, I think this is very good. And my idea now for the next few weeks is to increase this further so that I can list my single cards as well on Card Market and on Card Trader. And I will do this by implementing a Shopify shop and use Shopify as direction between Card Market, Card Trader and also Ricardo, because this is the only way to integrate all of them. And yeah, this is my plan. And so I hopefully can then also increase my sell-through rate and maybe get it up to 30%. And the thing is then you have like the same inventory, but you sell more cards. And then you can quicker buy new cards. By doing this, just stack up your inventory. And I also plan to increase my bulk inventory, especially for the older sets. I do not have many cards of them there, especially in near mint condition, which is everything I sell in near mint. So if I have conditions below near mint, I will separate them and I will sell them then in bulk. And I will also recommend this to you because then the buyer are happy always if you only sell like near mint cards. And if you're starting out, it's okay to make in the first few weeks not even a profit at all. I started also at 0. And now as we are starting selling the bulk cards, it now increased a bit. Hey, this is post-production Toby. I forgot to mention how much single cards I got right now in my inventory. And I'm stacked up from 100 up to nearly 400 single cards right now. And I show you here in the video which collection I bought right now. This cost $100. And so I'm just buying then stuff if I have enough cash again. And I'm trying to increase slowly now my inventory, especially for the single cards. And yeah, so just wanted to give you the information how much cards I got right now listed. And the last pillar, which I tried to sell, is like lots. There I sell maybe like one every 2 weeks, which is not so good. I tried to improve this. So like 100 lots of bulk cards. And then, which was my idea, to get rid of the normal modern cards like common, uncommons, and also rare cards, is that I build up like small master sets where I just include all the normal cards, so common, uncommons, and rare cards, and then just sell them as like a complete set for those who build a real master set, or for people who just want to have all cards for older sets which are not worth buy anymore or pull by yourself. And the problem is that this is not working so well right now, so this was my idea. And right now I do not sell any of those. But this is also a learning. You need to try out everything and then you see if it will work. Something will work very good, some will work better than you expected, and another thing do not work at all. And this is also a learning. Just try it out and then you will see it. Everything you try to predict, it is not going so as you predicted. So this was also a learning in the last 2 months. But what you can do is try to adapt. I try now to sell those master sets on eBay because they have a higher value. Maybe it's then worthwhile for me to sell them even if I have like high shipping to Europe. And also if my customer need to wait a few days, I will try this out. And if it works, cool. If it is not working, also good, then I will try something new out. And this is just my plan for the next few weeks. If you want to follow along, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And now where you waited for, how much I make now after 8 weeks. And for my first platform, which is Ricardo, comparable to eBay in the US, and I make there right now nearly $50 profit per week by selling the more valuable cards. And I calculate it always as I buy the cards on 70% of the market value, which is very doable. I do this right now with the collections I buy them for around about 70%, and I will sell them for around about 150%, depending on the value. If they are more expensive, then I only do like 120%, because the more expensive you get, you cannot scale up the value anymore. But for like a $1 card, if you scale up to 160, I usually just buy it nevertheless. So this is then how I do it. And with this I make like $50 right now per week. And yeah, fees also deducted already. And then the second platform, Card Market, where I sell only bulk cards right now. There I make per week $40 profit. There I do not have many costs because I buy my bulk cards around about 1.5 to 3 cents. And so I have not really cost there. And also the shipping is paid and I make also a bit of profit with the shipping. Card Market do this all for you. So you just need to pick your cards and send them to the customer. And so this is also very good, I think, for like 8 weeks into it right now. And now the final part is Card Trader. And I was really surprised that I can make more profit on Card Trader as on Card Market. I thought Card Market is the way to go in Europe. But maybe because you can also order from it worldwide, it's really good. And I make there right now $65 profit on Card Trader per week. And I hope that when I started selling or listing my more valuable cards there, my more valuable single cards, then I hope I can also make more on Card Trader as well. And what was also learning for me is that it takes a long time to set up everything, to list the first time, to build up your inventory, to buy the cards, to sort the cards and all those things. But if you have everything listed and you just then slowly increase your inventory, you do not need so much time per week to increase this slowly and fulfill the orders. So I spend maybe for 1 week 2 hours on Card Trader on Monday always. Then maybe I think 1 to 2 hours as well on Card Market, and then maybe 1 hour on Ricardo. So like maybe 5 hours of shipping the cards. And scaling this up or calculating it, I would reach like $500 right now per month if I can keep up these numbers on the same level. And spending like 20 hours a week on doing this for like $500 side income. It's not the worst, and I really enjoy like buying the bulk cards especially, or also the collections, and then have like, just putting everything out. I really enjoy sorting the cards as well. Some part now my sorting machine does, but I also need to do like sorting per language and sorting per condition by myself, because the machine cannot do this. So I need to still do a bit manual work, but I really like it. And also the shipping and the communication with the customers. I also make like 2 contacts already over it, and where I wrote with them on WhatsApp. So it's really cool as well, and I really enjoy it, and I will definitely continue it. And so yeah, I can recommend it doing it, but it's in the beginning really took a long time and will take you some time to get everything up. But if you have like a bit of rolling, then you can just slowly increase your stock, and yeah, it's working then. Okay, this was for this video everything I wanted to share. I hope you could get something out of it. Sorry if it was a bit of a longer video today. And if you want to see how I continue on my journey, just feel free to subscribe to my channel. And then, yeah, see you in the next week, hopefully.